you see the 5 scoring judges hailing from Guatemala, Algeria, France, Philippines, and Argentina, the 10-point must system in effect. So our referee is Mr. Mark Callow-Oy of the United States of America. And here is a closer look at the man from Tajikistan. Made his pro debut in 2016. You see unanimous point decision victories in the rounds of 16 and 32 over men from Mali and Kosovo to get him through to this round of 16 stage. And this talented 20-year-old eliminating the experienced figure of Yoel Fenal of Venezuela and the man from Mali, the man from Zambia in the round of 16. Unanimous point decision victories all the way for Ayder Abduraimov, quarter-finalist at the 2022 World Youth Championships in Spain, and multiple Ukrainian national championships all the way from schoolboy in 2017 through to the senior championships last year. Incredibly talented operator. This is his first attempt to qualify for the Olympic Games. Wasn't selected for the European Games or the first global Olympic qualifier in Busto Arsizio. So we're underway then. Action in the 57-kilogram division between boxers from Ukraine and Tajikistan. The orthodox boxer wearing red is 20-year-old Ayder Abduraimov. The southpaw wearing blue, Asror Vakhidov of Tajikistan. Neither man looking to work on the inside, instead looking for the referee who's issuing the command of no holding before they separated. Vakhidov operating those characteristic low-held hands. Quarter-finalist in the World Championships in Tashkent. I was ringside to commentate on that tournament, and he lost at the quarter-final stage. Beautiful counter left hand landed by Vakhidov, but scoring left jab from Abduraimov in response. Abduraimov with a sharp shooting left from around his kneecap. But he was bested at the quarter-final stage by Munabek Saitbek Ulu of Kyrgyzstan, the man we just saw in ring A. That's who got the better of Vakhidov, but it's also a measure of the quality of boxer that's required to beat him, as he steals a glance out above the top rope to his blue corner team. So the referee calling time. Now, I think we've got an injury here. Let's keep a close eye on the ref. The referee pounding his gloves together. There's a cut to that left eye, and it's in a bad place as well. My goodness. So the doctor taking a close look. Happy for the contest to continue. And that cut caused by a clash of heads. So in the event that this cut causes the bout to be stopped, then we will go to the scorecards and the portion of the first round. Indeed, if it's stopped in the first round, as Abduraimov lands with a good right hand right around that injured eye area. And we'll be going to the scorecards. Keep an eye on the ref in the event that he calls for the inspection of the doctor again, because even though this cut was caused by a head clash, as Abduraimov lands a rapier sharp right hand again, and then a left-right combination once more, and another sharp shooting left jab. Abduraimov really finding his range through this passage of the opening round. But we need to keep an eye on the ref in the event that he calls for the doctor again, as that cut continuing to leak, because if he makes a gesture of a fist into an open palm, then the cut that was caused by a head clash, he could say it's been worsened by a punch, and then it would be RSCI. So Vakhidov with real problems here with just 40 seconds and change remaining in the opening round, because he's dealing with a talented 20-year-old opponent who has found his range with straight punches, and without wishing to be too graphic, he will be encouraged as he lands another beautiful left jab. He'll be encouraged by the injury that has been sustained by Vakhidov. Keep an eye on the referee. There's the gesture. So the cut has been worsened and exacerbated by the clash of heads. Now, what is the doctor's verdict? So she is taking a minute to treat the injury, and at the conclusion of this minute will pass her verdict to the referee as to whether this bout will be stopped at this juncture, or she is happy for Vakhidov to continue. What must be going through the mind of Vacchidov now? Some of the action, injury has already been sustained, but after the first stoppage for the injury to be inspected, Nikola Vacchidov really found his range with straight punches.
Yeah, he really did. Oh.
So 30 seconds remaining, and Vacchidov picked off by another right hand as he's going in search of success once again. And Abduraimov, his timing and judgment of distance is exquisite, putting his man onto the end of straight punches. There he lands with a corkscrew right hand, and Vacchidov being picked off and peppered by these punches in clusters from the 20-year-old from Ukraine in red. And again, another scoring left jab landed by Abduraimov. And Vacchidov, the undefeated professional with 13 bouts under his record in the pro ranks, has got numerous problems to deal with, because he's got an opponent who is flowing beautifully in the form of this man. He's got a significant injury to his left eye, and he's just conceded the opening round 10-9 for 4 of the judges. Judge 8 was so impressed with the work of Abduraimov that he scored a 10-8 round. And if you're new to Olympic style boxing, 10-9 for a close winner, 10-8 for a clear winner, 10-7 for total domination. That's why a 10-8 round has been returned by judge number 4.
Yeah, Abduraimov, he just did not stop working. As soon as the first bell sounded, it was just pop, 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 bam, with the jab, double jab, right hand, back in with the 1-2s. Beautiful boxing, really high tempo that suits him down to a T for this round and competition against his man in blue. I think his man in blue needs to step up the work rate. I think he's still in the pro mode.
So into the second round then, the corner will have gone to work during the 60-second interval to try and stem the flow of bleeding from that left eye injury. But again, it's more sharpshooting success with the left jab upstairs from Abduraimov before he drops downstairs with straight punches to the body. Then another irritant of a left jab landing on Vacchidov. And he's got to try and do something different to take this man out of his flow. Bent arm right hand landing in between his high-hod gloves. Then another slapping left jab landed from Abduraimov. He's continuing to peck and poke and pile up the points in pretty rapid-fire fashion. And again, that left jab working like a trip hammer. And Vacchidov, no head movement as he takes a right hand to the body where Abduraimov turned his palm upwards to make it almost like a long bolo shot. Another left jab on the back foot. And Vacchidov simply not able to find the range with any consistency. Yeah,
Vacchidov is really struggling here. If he tries to throw first, he gets countered. If he tries to wait, he gets countered. It's just, it's a brutal onslaught from the man in red.
So what can Vacchidov do differently? Because when he's trying single phase attack for single phase attack, he's coming out a distant second best. Would he be advised to try and double up his attacks and maybe take the first phase from Abduraimov, but then come again and say, okay, I'm going to put it on you, because going single phase for single phase, he's a distant second best.
Yeah, Vacchidov needs to really up his work rate and accept that he is going to get caught, but then it's what he hits his man with after.
And again, getting caught because he's not demonstrating any head movement. So unless he can implement that into his game here beyond the halfway stage of the second round, as Nicola Adams, a 2-time Olympic champion, states, maybe he's going to have to accept that he's got to have to take some to land some, because right now, the first half of the there's a good southpaw left from Vacchidov. Can he capitalize on that? And the mouthpiece dislodged as a result. So Vacchidov sent to the neutral corner. This will be rinsed and reinserted. You see the referee from the United States, Mr. Mark Callow-Oy, instructing the Ukrainian team to hustle up and not coach in the corner. And you see that gesture from the referee. If that mouthpiece is dislodged on 2 more occasions, it will be an infringement, because some veteran fighters, to buy themselves time, will split the mouthpiece, knowing that the referee will intervene to have it rinsed and reinserted. But Vacchidov, with a good southpaw left, which caused the mouthpiece to dislodge, can he build upon that single shot success he's had?
Yeah, Vacchidov, he just needs a little bit more head movement when he's coming in. He's just coming in straight on the line and he's getting picked off. If he can just move his head off the centre line, come in with some bent arm shots, he'll have some more success.
Hasn't been much head movement evident in the work of Vacchidov as he gets through with a left cross of his own out of that southpaw stance. And remember, Abduraimov only 20 years of age, so energy unlikely to be a problem, but can Vacchidov impose his experience? Quarter-finalists, remember, from the World Championships last year. Better pockets of success for Vacchidov in that round, principally behind that southpaw left, but I don't think it's enough to take the round. Remember, this man took the first round unanimously, and he's taken the second round unanimously, and a 10-8 score again returned from judge number 4 from the Philippines. I think Vacchidov a little bit unfortunate to be subjected to a 10-8 score in round number 2, but I don't think there's any argument that he did concede the stanza.
Yeah, definitely. Man in red, Ukraine, boxed beautifully, picking his man off on the inside as he was coming in, counter-punching, did not give his man any time to breathe. Vacchidov's really got some work to do now. He needs to get his head movement going, get his head off the centre line, start throwing his jab, start coming forward, start maybe trying to even use some of his man strength, you know, against the young 20-year-old.
So as we move into the third and final round, Asror Vacchidov, the 2023 World Championship quarter-finalist and reigning multiple national champion of Tajikistan, has got a mountain to climb here because he's conceded the first 2 rounds unanimously, and judge number 4 from the Philippines is Abduraimov, just sticking him with that lead left hand once again. Judge number 4 from the Philippines has scored rounds 1 and 2, 10-8 in favor of Abduraimov. Such has been his dominance from the perspective of that particular judge. Vacchidov did get himself a little more into the contest in the second round, but he was cut by a clash of heads in round number 1. You can see he's in a bad place on the outer edge of his eyebrow, fed another left jab that jolts his head back, and Abduraimov has used that punch prominently to keep his man at bay and control this contest. There, Abduraimov tries to drop downstairs and shovel in 2 punches to the body of Abduraimov, who is really efficient with his movement. And again, there's not a skittish quality about him, which sometimes you see with younger boxers when facing more experienced opposition, but he's held his feet, moved around his opponent as he lands with a left-right combination. Vacchidov had success during the exchange as well, but admirable composure being shown by Abduraimov in this, his first attempt to qualify for the Olympic Games here in Bangkok.
Beautiful work from Abduraimov, just moving around the jab from the very first round, first bell. And the referee's just having a look at the eye now.
So, not calling for the doctor on this occasion, happy to wipe away the excess blood himself. Again, you can see he's keeping a close eye on that left eye of Vacchidov. Abduraimov again, such ring generalship being demonstrated. Just getting on his toes, increasing the gap beyond punching range, and look at that for a check right hand. Spinning off the line counterclockwise, clips his man with a right cross, and then a cluster of punches, really not putting much on them, but pressing leather, but still penetrating the defenses of Vacchidov, and they were landed with sufficient force to be point-scoring punches. Very impressive display. And again, he's only elected to go on his toes and get on his bike here in round number 3, because in rounds 1 and 2, he held his ground, fed his man that lead left stick, and continued to pile up the points. Now we can think about clock management, bout management, and conserving his energy as he lands a corkscrew right hand off the ropes. Conserve his energy for future contests in his bid to qualify for the Olympics.
Really good boxing there from the Ukraine man in red.
So remember, only 3 qualification places up for grabs here in the 57 kilogram division. So that means the winning semi-finalists will go through to the Olympic Games. There'll be no gold medal bouts, and the losing semi-finalists will drop down into a box-off. In order, well, it's the man in red who's going through to the next round. Now 1 win away from securing an Olympic quota place, surely, because that was a hugely impressive display. Aider Abduraimov, just 20 years of age, facing a seasoned veteran in the face of the 28-year-old Asror Vacchidov. third and final chance to qualify for the Olympic Games. I was in Hangzhou when he was eliminated in the second preliminary round by Mohammed Salim Hossein, when he was stopped on an injury there at the first Olympic qualifier of the global variety in Busto Orsitio. He lost to the brilliant Mahmoud Sabir Khan of Kazakhstan at the quarterfinal stage, selected by his National Olympic Committee again, but he's run into this sublimely talented 20-year-old, and I think it's Abduraimov in red who's going through. And he knew it. All he was awaiting is confirmation, and on the announcement he launched that uppercut in celebration. Aider Abduraimov with an exquisite display.